When we say that the Econ Student Accommodation Income Real Estate Investment Trust is an asset-backed investment, this is what we mean. So today, I came to visit the newly added Qwetu and Kijani Kaskazini Greens, which is on Thika Road. This property serves students, schools, universities are along Thika Road. One of them is obviously KU. And literally, when I realized that there's a new asset or they've added this new Qwetu and Kijani, I was like, this is exciting, because for me as an investor, it means that we are growing, we are getting more assets, the value of our assets is going up. And so yes, so today I'm here to tour. For the first time, I'm going to show you what kind of accommodation facilities these are. And by that, I mean we're going to see the room types that we have in this accommodation, like what is the difference between Qwetu and Kijani, what types of rooms are available at Qwetu, what types of rooms are available at Kijani, and most importantly, why should we be excited as investors? Like, what are we supposed to look forward to? Because as you can see, there are more and more Qwetu and Kijani student accommodation facilities coming up. Should you invest more money? Like, how should you invest? And that's why we are here today. It's going to be an exciting tour. And I'll even be talking to a lot of the people who work here, and I'll show you the process of booking a tour, the process of how a parent can get a room, and everything in between in terms of where they're going to be investing. Because now that they're on Thika Road, they're also expanding to other cities. So yeah, come along with me and let's do this. And of course, to make sure that these assets are well taken care of, and also the most important assets, who are the students, are well taken care of, there are many people involved in running the Qwetu and Kijani purpose-built student accommodation facilities. And one of those awesome people is here today. I'll give her an opportunity to introduce herself and tell us what she does.
Okay. So my name is Faith Adhiambo. I am the regional campus manager for both Qwetu and Kijani Kaskazini Green. So basically I head the reception area, where I have my team, the customer experience team. We basically are responsible for the students, for the check-ins, check-out, their stay here as the residents.
Okay.
And ensuring that they enjoy their stay here with us.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So to the parents, it means that in a nutshell, she takes care of the kids, so that to make sure they are safe and they are studying well, because at the end of the day, we want, them to be safe and to pass the exams at the end of the day. So we do know that, a lot of people have this misconception that Qwetu is a competitor of Kijani, or rather Kijani is a competitor of Qwetu. So maybe you can tell us what you think about that, and you can also tell us, like, what do we have different types of rooms, and if I came here and I wanted to choose a room, what would you recommend?
Okay, so basically Qwetu and Kijani we are both managed by the same management company. So there is no difference. That difference that you've talked about is really not true. What we've done is we brought room types that are flexible budget-wise with the parents. So we have options Qwetu side and options for the Kijani side, depending on the budget that you have. So when you come to us, we give you the several types of rooms. We have both sides. And then now, depending on what your budget was, you will decide where you will accommodate your resident, but we are under the same management.
Okay. So what type of room types do we have for both?
So for both Qwetu and Kijani, we have 4 room types in each. So I will begin with the Qwetu side.
Yes.
So for the Qwetu side, we have 4 room types, which are the twins, the studio, the cluster, and the premium rooms. So for the Qwetu side, the biggest difference with the Kijani side is, for Qwetu is more of the self-contained, where you have the washrooms and the kitchen area inside your rooms.
Yes.
And for the Kijani, they share the kitchen spaces and the bathrooms. So for the Kijani side, we have a quad room, a triple, a double, and a superior double.
Okay.
For the Kijani side, we don't have a room type where one resident can stay alone. So you're either 2 people, which is covered by the superior double and the double, or you're 3 people in a triple, or 4 people in a quad.
Okay.
Yes. For the Qwetu side, the only shared space is the twin, which covers 2 people. And then for the studio, cluster, and premium, only one resident
Okay.
stays in them.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's break down for the Qwetu. You said we have the first type is the
First type is the twin.
is the twin.
Yes.
So the twin means how many people are living in that room?
People, twin.
Yeah,
So
two people are living in that room. How much is it for each person?
So for each person, it goes for 19,800.
Yes.
So for the first month, you're required to pay refundable deposit of the same amount. And then for the Qwetu side, you have to pay tokens.
Yes.
So when you pay your rent, that does not cover the tokens. You still have to buy tokens. There's a way once a resident checks in, we give them the
meter
the
number.
breakdown of how that is done, how they purchase tokens from their QCare account.
Yeah.
And then for the studio room, it goes for 29,800. For the cluster is 27,800. Then for the premium, which is 34,800.
Yeah. The studio room is still shared. There are
So
people
for the-
in one room still.
No, for the Qwetu side, only the twin get to
It's a
share
shared
both.
space.
It's a shared space.
Okay.
But we do have a partition where now both people can lock their side.
Yeah.
And then now get to share the kitchen and the washrooms.
Okay.
And then for the studio cluster in premium, you only one resident stays in those room types.
Yeah. Maybe you can explain a little bit about the cluster, because when you showed me earlier on, I was very
So for the
excited.
cluster, yeah, so for the cluster, what makes it a cluster is it's separated from everyone else. So they have a cluster door, which can only be accessed by the cluster mates.
Yes.
In a cluster, we have 6 rooms. So that means there are 6 cluster mates. What makes them a cluster? It's just a small community where they now share the kitchen space. For the kitchen, we provide the cookers, the kettles, the microwave. So for the fridge, they each have a fridge in their rooms. So it's a cluster because basically you are a small community of your own where you get to share now and mingle in the kitchen when you do your cooking. And there's always there's a TV monitor where you can cast and now mingle with your friends as you watch some YouTube.
Yeah, I found that to be very exciting, because there are people who would like to form their community or to interact with other people while you cook, while you watch TV, and there are people who are okay with being in their rooms, with their own entertainment. Yeah, it means that like there was an in-depth thought process.
Yes.
You just didn't create hostels and choose whatever. There was thought process, and then someone has options in terms of even their personality. Introverts will decide, I want this extra. So that's really nice. Okay, what about the price points for the Kijani?
So for the Kijani, we have the quad room, which again I said is for 4 people. It's 12,500 each person.
Yeah.
And for the Kijani side, all is inclusive. You don't get to buy tokens. Once you pay your rent, that's it. And also, you also have to pay deposit for the first month, which is refundable. When you get to check out, we refund your money.
Yeah.
And then we have the triple room, which is 13,500. We have the double, which is 15,500. And then we have the superior double, which is 16,500.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically what we are saying is that almost everyone is catered.
Everyone is catered for.
Yes.
Budget-wise.
Yeah.
We have people from different areas, different budgets. So you come to us, we show you both types. And then now
You get to decide
what works for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Cool. So those are the different types of rooms that they have at Qwetu and Kijani. Remember, this is purpose-built student accommodation. So it's specifically for students, because there are people who ask me if they can come and rent here. So it's specifically for students.
Yeah.
And with that, we can go and now see how these rooms actually look like.
So welcome. This is one of our room types. It's called a premium room.
Okay.
Basically, as you can see from the different types that I've already shown you, this is way bigger beds, bigger couch.
Yeah.
You have views, the Northlands views. It also comes with a desk, a bigger desk area. We'll also have the monitor, the TV monitor.
Okay.
And what makes it premium now?
Yes.
So first of all, it's one person as well, as much as it's a bigger bed. So it's still one person. This one goes for 34,800.
Yes.
Per month.
People don't believe when I tell them that some of the rooms at Qwetu, they're actually priced that much. People say, do students really pay that much to stay here?
Yes, they do. And actually, our premiums, we only have 36. And we already have a waiting list. Guys are asking, when are we when are we opening the premiums?
Yes.
So really they are on demand.
They are.
Regardless of the price. And I guess it's because of the value as well. It's value for money, I can say, because you have all this space by yourself.
Yeah.
Then it's quiet for your studies, for you when you're doing your assignments, you're prepping for your exams. So really, for me, it's value for money. And then for the wardrobe space as well, it's bigger.
Yes.
You get an iron board. You get a sandwich maker on top of the appliances that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And yeah, we also get to clean your space once per week. So really,
you get cleaning.
Yes, we clean your space once per week. So we'll have that discussion with you when you'll be available or when you want us to do your cleaning for 1 week. Only the space.
Oh my God, I'm even more impressed than I was when we walked in here. And like earlier, you and I were having a conversation about our experience. Those of us who went to public universities and the kind of hostels we stayed in. Yes. And then you walk into this. Yeah, like the experience is so cozy and so nice. Like the student doesn't have any reason to not, and it's okay for you to be comfortable as a student at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm curious about when parents come, because I asked you, like, how do you sell, these rooms? And you told me sometimes a student will come with her friends, a student will come with her siblings. Yeah. But when a parent comes to scout for a room or accommodation for their children, what do parents say when they see this facility?
They are very much impressed, especially, most parents, all they're looking for is a safe space for their kids.
Yes.
And that is one big selling point for us.
Yeah.
We're really big with security. So for our security the department, when you bring your kid to us, we normally have a system at the security gate where you get to log in, and it's called a Vismo system, where we have your details. Even when you have your friends coming over who are not staying here, they have to be logged in by you. So really, you see, there's that aspect of security. You're not just letting anyone come in.
Yeah.
So you have to invite them. Even your own parents, you have to invite them. When they come, they are processed at the gate.
Yeah.
We take their details, we take everything. So at any given point, security are aware of the numbers that are in the building. And then we don't allow sleepovers as well. So when you see
the parents one.
Yes, so your kid has a visitor from outside, they only have until 10 p.m.
Yeah.
At 10 p.m., security do their patrols and they come tell you it's time, they need to leave the premises. We also don't allow sleepovers as well.
Yeah.
We don't allow any kind of alcohol and smoking.
Yes.
So again, it's a purpose-built student accommodation.
Yeah.
So we are big on students.
And creating
learning.
environment.
Creating an environment for learning.
Yeah.
So there are things we can't really allow.
And I like that because I have a lot of tribers who are Muslims, and they keep asking me that, Agatha, I want to invest in Qwetu and Kijani through VUCA. Do they sell alcohol? Do they allow alcohol? I'm happy that you've mentioned that, because for them that's a concern because of their religion. So you've had, like for the Muslim tribers, I told you that it's a Sharia compliant investment. And so it's true, you should really invest. And this is really impressive. Like the first time I walked in here, I was like, can I live here? Am I allowed to live here? But it's all you've got to be here.
Because one of the key documentation we'll need while you're checking in is a student.
It's a student ID, yeah,
on top of your own ID. So really, you need to be a student at one of the institutions around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me, I'm impressed. This is decent, and I'm very happy that finally I get to show you tribers what these rooms look like. Because a lot of people just see these humongous buildings from the outside, and we say it's purpose-built student accommodation. But it's important for someone to understand what's really going on here. So when you bring your child or you're a student, this is the kind of quality standard that you expect. And also as an investor, by the way, mimi kama VUCA investor, kama unit holder, when I saw these rooms, I was like, my money is being used right. Like my money is being used right. Like it gives quality, it gives decent, it gives, like humane. I really love it. It gives excitement, and you have all the opportunity you need in order for you to pass your exams. And me, I'm happy to put my money in this kind of asset. So
here we have one of our study rooms. It's actually one of the biggest study rooms. At least it can accommodate a few residents.
Yeah.
So normally the residents, sometimes they feel they need another area where they can do their study
Apart from
their room.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have good discussions which entail them inviting their friends from outside. So as well, because they need their privacy, so here they can come with their friends, have the group discussions. Yeah, so basically that's it.
Okay, so you mean that even if someone doesn't live in Qwetu or Kijani, like you can invite your friend who doesn't live here to come and do their study together.
So long as you've invited your friends,
Yeah.
and you're in the building with them, you can come and do your studies here.
Okay, that's nice. I can see it, like clearly you guys are in the business of making sure that students are comfortable, they have a community. Yeah. This is really cool. It looks really awesome.
Yeah. So for the study rooms, this is one area that you'll find in both Qwetu and Kijani. So again, Qwetu, Kijani, same residents. We are all nurturing learning.
Yes.
So we have this kind of space in both the properties.
Okay, so where else are we going after this?
Yes, you can go to another common shared space, which is the Sky Lounge, where our residents now get to mingle and just relax.
They have lounges, guys, lounges.
So now we have another common area called the Sky Lounge. So as a resident, I've given you a place to study, you studied. Now you're looking for a place where you will now relax,
Chill.
and
hang out
have
with
some
your friends.
activities.
Yeah.
So you come at the Sky Lounge, where now you have the sitting areas, you have the different kind of games. We do have, for Qwetu, we do have the foosball, table tennis, and the pool table. So normally the procedure because you see the pool table don't have the sticks and the balls.
Yeah.
So that is managed by security. So you have to go pick and register with security.
Yeah.
And you're given now, depending on what you want. If you want the pool table, you get to be given the sticks plus the balls, which you, as a person who has registered, you've taken.
Yeah.
To go return. That's how we have accountability for all these things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you want to maintain it as good standards.
Standard. Yes.
Yeah. This looks really, really nice, and it's so spacious.
So spacious.
You also have another open.
You also now have, if you don't want to sit indoor, we have the courtyards.
It looks so good.
Yes. So you can actually come sit and also just lounge.
This is,
you can even study from here. Maybe you need an outside space.
Yeah.
You can even come study here, relax, chill with your mates.
And the views
are nice. And the views, of course. Yeah.
I feel like it gives someone, like a student, an all-round experience. If you want to study in your room, do it. If you want to study in the study rooms, do it. If you want outside, if you want to chill, if you want to eat, everything is
catered for. And one more thing about being a Qwetu resident, we also offer the gym, which
with equipment.
Yes, with equipment, which will be opened. Will be open to the Qwetu residents only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, you're exercising, your health is intact.
Yeah.
Your study is intact.
You have a community.
Meaning your social aspects are intact.
Yeah.
So really.
And the other thing I was reading online, that you guys don't just have like local students, you also have international students. Like Qwetu houses a lot of international students, like from other African countries, from the US, from Europe.
Yes.
So that means that you really are building a community and networking as a young person, which is very important. Yes. Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like when someone is living here, you feel the value for your money.
Yes.
And then now I, as an investor, I have felt the value for my money. Yeah, I would continue investing.
Yeah.
So Elvis,
Yeah.
one of the most exciting things that's happening today is that we are shooting on location at Qwetu and Kijani, Kaskazini Greens. For me, that is very exciting. I keep saying that the fact that these are, one, asset-backed investments, and two, the fact that as an investor you can actually come. So this is not privileged to Agatha. I'm not the only person who can come.
Anyone can come.
Yes, and visit these assets. Anyone can come. Kenyans in diaspora, when you come to Nairobi and you've heard Agatha talk about Qwetu and Kijani, you can actually come to one of them. And so beyond the fact that now we've seen, there are more and more Qwetu and Kijanis popping up around Nairobi. My first thought is there are universities elsewhere, right? We have universities in Thika, in Eldoret, in other parts of the country. are there plans to expand elsewhere? People, well, Tribers keep asking me that.
That's a good question, and thank you for coming on site today. It's a good time to actually see the assets, basically get people to actually believe that you're investing in an asset that is actually working, that actually students living in it. So yes, we do have plans to even go outside Nairobi, and we'll look at markets such as Kakamega and Eldoret, and probably you will see us announcing that we'll be going to those markets very soon. If you look at how we started from Jogoo Road to Parklands to Ruaraka
To
Kare, now we are here at KU, and you see we're just very strategic how we are building near universities, and also just to diversify the risk and also going into other counties as we grow.
Yes.
So yes, there are plans to actually scale the Qwetu product as well as also venturing into new segments.
And when you did the investor briefing like 2 months ago, the CEO also talked about, apart from the student market, targeting the student market, you also have plans on targeting, like corporate new entrants in the market, like corporate. Maybe you can talk a little about that.
Yes. So during the investor day, one of the key things we're looking at was the fundamentals as to why we ventured into student accommodation.
Yes.
And one of the key takeouts from that, if you look at research, is that the median age today is 19 years. You have more people renting than owning houses today.
Yes.
If you look at people below 35 years, a majority of the population today is below 35 years. And the key insight we got from that is today when you're investing in real estate, you need to invest in the youth, because they are literally the fundamentals that are driving real estate investments today. Now, based off that, and also from feedback we got when the students stayed in Qwetu and students are staying in Qwetu and Kijani, is the dignified and proper living standards we give them. Now, we saw this opportunity whereby as people study through Qwetu and Kijani, because it's only open to students, is they have a challenge reintegrating back into normal housing.
It's possible.
Right? It's possible. If you look at the housing you have here, it's
and then you have to go and rent a random, 1 bedroom a random bed sitter somewhere where there is no security, and the facilities are not as good. So there's a problem.
There's a problem, and those strange designs that we always see online. So as a result of that, we realize there's also a market for young professionals. Right? So for young professionals, we're looking to give them safe and affordable housing. And just picture this, a lot of young people working in companies today, they intern, they associate. Most of them, you work in Westlands, you have to commute all the way to Kitengela and back. And probably where you're saying Kitengela, it's because of affordability. Right? The housing per se is not up to
standard.
So the opportunity we saw is that if someone is working in Westlands, why not have housing and a community for them in Westlands designed for them that is safe and affordable and supports their lifestyle. Again, today we are banking and investing in the youth. So as well as we grow and our asset base and venture into different segments, a newer segment we're venturing into is what we call for young urbanites. This is 22 to 28 years. You've started working, and we're basically enabling you to stay in a proper living standards.
I like that, because at the end of the day, your team has over and over again explained the fact that this is a research-based, investment. And for sure, I looked at the data from the Kenya National Bureau of Housing, and they say for sure that the median age in Kenya is 19. First of all, I was shocked. Like 19, it's not even
population.
Like 19, it's not even 24, 19. So it means that if you're investing in real estate, your money you should be targeting young people.
Exactly.
So that's interesting. So beyond that, like, based on your research, why student accommodation and not any other form of investment?
Exactly. So why student accommodation? Now, if you base it on data, right? If you look at the market today and you even just go pick housing surveys, you'll see that the market has an opportunity for 570,000 students. Plus, remember, people are joining university and also living. Education is more of a critical and aspirational need for a lot of parents and a lot of individuals. So we saw that the market had a space of 570,000 students. Now, once we picked this, we realized that we can't come to the market and just target 570,000 students.
That's true. People have different needs. There are people who are not willing
to
hostels,
not willing to pay loan, to share, etc. So we looked at it, and then we brought in a recognized firm called Simon Kucher and Partners. It is a recognized firm internationally for doing market research and looking at how products enter into the market. And when we sat down with these professionals and did research, we realized that out of the 570,000 students, we could potentially address 230,000 students in
Less
the
than
market
half,
today.
yeah.
It is less than half.
Half, yeah.
Because again, you eliminate reasons why someone may not want to pay, someone may not want to live in external housing,
Yeah.
etc. So we did a lot of research towards it. And now also from the 230,000 students, we realized that even as we start, competitors may come up.
That's true.
Someone else may come and build a different building in another location. Because as you know, whenever something new comes up, other people sort of want to
get
come
in the
up. So
business, yeah.
as a result of that, we decided that we'll only target 35%
Out of the
230,000
yeah.
beds. So if you do the maths, we're now targeting to offer the market 80,000 beds.
Beds.
Right?
Only 80,000.
Only 80,000 beds.
Yeah.
And you'll still see that the purpose-built student accommodation segment is still an asset. It's still very small, even as we target the 80,000 beds. So a lot of investors ask me, but isn't competition going to come up? So as much as we rely on our first move advantage and being the first in the market and offering premium housing, we do understand that someone else may come up. So even as we offer the 8,000 beds, there's still market opportunity for more beds in the market.
That's true. I mean, if we started with 570 and your goal is 80,000 and you haven't still even done 10% of that, right?
The IREIT are around 4,500 beds.
Yeah.
We if you do the whole sum, both the REIT and the IREIT, we're getting to 20,000 beds, right? So there is still the market opportunity for it. Yeah?
Because I've been asked a lot by wealth tribers or investors, what if another person comes into the market? And I remember the CEO explaining that the business of student accommodation is not the business of biscuits. You know, you can't just churn out these things without. And you know, the other thing is that even if let's say I have the money, I'm a developer, I come up with, you know, a competitive brand to compete with you guys, I may not run it as a REIT, right? I may run it like as a normal rental, and that's a very different business from the REIT business.
And you see, it's a good thing you mentioned that, because the REIT business is a highly regulated business.
Yeah.
Whilst most developers tend to just venture in real estate and offer you high returns. I like to say that real estate is the most marketed asset today, and it's why a lot of people fall into traps when they put in their money and get into scams. Right? So not many people want to undergo that kind of scrutiny. Again, even if you look at our portfolio, it's a portfolio size of over 10 billion. Right? And we started in 2017. So even just getting into it requires a lot of planning, a lot of research, right? A lot of the capacity to actually develop. It's not just, you just don't wake up and decide you're starting a rental business, even if it's student accommodation.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm sure like that is not something that keeps you up awake at night, that somebody's going to come up, that somebody's going to come up and compete. Come on. It's big business for you.
And it's a hard business. Yes, it's not easy. It's a hard business, but we took in the leap and decided that because we have the fundamentals right, we'll open this opportunity to Kenyans. And you see, we are contributing to the affordable housing agenda. We're enabling Kenyans to actually develop their own country as well. So it's more of a Kenyans for Kenya initiative. And that's how we are growing.
One of the things I like about being a VUCA investor is the liquidity of the investment. Like, this is what makes it. That's one of the reasons that makes VUCA as an investment. Okay, you know that the investment is the ACON, Student Accommodation Income Real Estate Investment Trust. But then in order for you to be able to invest in it, you need to have an account on a platform called VUCA. So one of the things I like about this investment is the liquidity aspect of the investment. To mean that, for example, if you want to buy an apartment in somewhere like Kilimani, Kileleshwa, South B, let's say a decent one-bedroom apartment is going to cost you, like, let's say 6.5 million. You don't need 6.5 million in order for you to start investing in Qwetu and Kijani. I mean, one share right now is 22.91 shillings. So literally with 5,000 shillings, with 10,000 shillings, with 20K, with your 30K, with even your one mic, you can start investing in this thing. Now, I've realized, maybe because the tribers are not watching the previous videos, but I've realized one of the most frequently asked questions nowadays is, okay, Agatha, you're telling us to buy and you've shown us the process of buying these units. But what if I want to exit? What is the process of exiting? Let's say I have 10,000 units on the platform and now I have, first of all, this is not supposed to be an emergency fund, but let's just say you need your money. How do I exit? How do I sell my units?
That's, again, I like the fact that you've asked that question, because yes, it's a fact that VUCA enables you to access professionally managed real estate. And if you look at why VUCA came into being, in 2021, you realize that a lot of Kenyans were asset rich and cash poor, right? When COVID came and this was an emergency, and a lot of Kenyans who believe that land or real estate is the only way to store wealth, realize that you can't liquidate. And Kenyans love real estate. It's a fact. It hasn't been as kind to us, yes. But it's a fact because of the personal beliefs we have towards it. Now, we enable
cultural,
people, exactly. So, enable people to invest in professionally managed real estate. Now, how do you sell? Now, when you come to invest in a REIT, real estate investment trust, you hold your units or shares you hold your investment in the form of tradable units. That means the same way you are buying, there are people
who are selling.
So I like to say we are more liquid than direct real estate, right? In the sense that the same way you've bought is the same way you can come and purchase. And because VUCA provides a platform where investors can trade amongst themselves with each other, we provide that liquidity mechanism is there as a result of trading, but it's mainly as a result of holding tradable units. We don't have to wake up and tell you we are selling a building in order to enable you to liquidate.
So
it's pegged on how you hold your investment in the REITs. And that is why REITs are a very good investment choice for someone looking to venture into real estate.
Yeah, that's true. So literally, like, log into your VUCA platform and decide if I have 10,000 units. And at the same time, you don't have to sell all your units. Let's say you have 10,000 units, you can decide that I need money and I only want to sell 2,000 units, 4,000 units. It's literally up to you. It's like, and I always say, it's the other good thing about VUCA is that it's a self-paced investment.
Exactly.
You can decide to sell 2,000, you can sell 3,000, you can sell all of it. And even if you sell all of it, there's no, like, it's not a crime. Nobody will refuse for you to come back and invest again 2 years from now. It's 100% self-paced. It's not tying you like the way an apartment ties you, which has made me realize something else, in that when it comes to, the parents dream about the future of their children, apart from, giving them a good education. The other way parents think is, maybe I should buy an apartment for my child and then gift them for graduation. And then I ever had, the CEO, Mr. Kirade, saying that he has experienced older parents who are in their 60s who invested a lot in, real estate, apartments, land, and then you want to gift the same to your children, and then your children are like, listen, mom, I'm not even going to live in Kenya anymore. So this apartment of yours, I don't know what you want me to do with it, but this is not the kind of thing I need right now. I don't need right now. But imagine if you bought VUCA units, it means that that child, and you gift them to your child, that child can access these things anywhere in the world. So it's not location, it's not
location driven. You don't have to lock in your capital. Even beyond VUCA, that's the advantage of financial assets.
I think VUCA, we are very capital market.
We are very pro crossing over from physical financial assets. Youth come up today, people are changing, they want flexibility. Someone may be living in Nairobi today. A month down the line, you want to live in Nanyuki. So it's good to also, as a parent, also good to look at, if I want to give a gift, I like to say the best gift is that financial asset. It's that bond that generates an income. When a young person, they need an income. They need to get that income to improve their skills as they go along.
That's true. Plus, also, you're giving them a gift of freedom to decide what they want to do with this investment. As opposed to tying them to an apartment or a piece of land. So now that we've had an opportunity to do a very good tour of this accommodation, and for sure this is very decent accommodation, and we've also seen that there are different price points and different types of rooms. So somebody has an option to live premium or an option to live shared accommodation but still very decent. What are the occupancy rates like? Do people actually pay you guys to stay here, or you just have beautiful building next to university?
I think probably when you did the tour, you might have been told there's even a waiting list when it comes to such properties. If you look at our properties, I like to encourage investors, visit them. If you go to Hurlingham, Wilson, you find these properties most of the time they're at 100% occupancy, right? If I take data off our recently released annual reports last year's, the occupancy rate was at 87%, and we also aiming just to get it to 90% and above. And it's good for an investor to understand that what drives return when it comes to real estate. Basically, any real estate, be it rental, be it IREIT, it's occupancy rate.
Occupancy,
right? By a lot of people, you're told you'll get a yield of 16% from the investment. But one is telling you what happens to occupancy and how occupancy affects your yield. One is telling you the research that has gone behind justifying that certain return you've been given. So I think even for us, the key metric that any investor needs to look at is what are the occupancy rates? Because that will be able to justify and tell you that, okay, are we going to generate a return and consistent cash flow for you? Yeah.
That's important because it's true when someone is buying an apartment and you look at the billboards or around, or even like an influencer telling you to buy X apartment, you'll be told, the return on investment on this asset will be 8%, 10%. But for sure, nobody tells you that out of the 12 months in a year, you will be hustling to get a tenant for 4 or 5 out of those months. But when it comes to this investment, it's passive. Like, it's literally none of my business. Which students are living here, who is signing them in, who paid rent and who didn't. And the fact that like this one where we are in, which is the Qwetu and Kijani Kaskazini Greens, it's literally walking distance from KU.
Yes.
So in terms of this research that has been done,
And I think it's funny because recently I saw a billboard telling people that you'll get an 18% ROI. It's 4 steps away from junction. And you realize if you focus on it, the 4 steps away from junction, first, it's a lie to get you into the trap. Secondly, they've not told you what it takes to actually have occupancy or how many people are real in that. Exactly. So it's something to worry about.
So that was a very, very awesome conversation. And so thank you, Elvis, again. So always being, by now you are our tribe. I don't have to keep telling you welcome.
I am welcome to be here.
Tribe. So guys, today's video was awesome. We had a room tour. We've seen, that we have a new asset added into our portfolio. And now, what are you supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to click the link in my description box or pinned comment, you create an account on the VUCA platform, and by you creating an account, that gives you an opportunity to be able to be an investor in the Econ Student Accommodation REIT. And the beautiful thing is that nowadays, there are no joining fees. So for example, if you have your 5K, your 20K, your 10K, all that money is going towards buying new units or rather shares of the Econ REIT. And so nowadays, hakuna joining fees, hakuna transaction fees, Nowadays, it's smooth all the way. All our money is going towards making us richer and wealthier, which is what we want. And so with your 5K, 10K, all that, you don't have to have millions in order for you to start building your real estate investment portfolio. And with that, it's always a pleasure, guys, to take you through this journey of diversifying your investment portfolio. And my name is Agatha from the Wealth Tribe. And this is where we learn how to build wealth together.
Correct.
Yeah. All right.